self-discovery. Do you like a pro?
Hi, you are listening to the 16th episode on the Voice of Self-Discovery podcast, and this is the second on the segment Developing Self-Confidence. In the first, we did a self-confidence assessment. So if you have identified after the self-assessment episode that you lack confidence or do not have enough of it, this episode is for you. First of all, do not blame yourself for having low self-confidence. Only blame yourself if you stay so. Studies have shown that our genetic makeup affects the amount of certain confidence-boosting chemicals that our brains can access. Somewhere between 25 to 50% of the personality traits linked to confidence may be inherited. So aspects of our behavior may stem from our temperament, which is linked to our personality. Additionally, you realize that individual life experiences can lead you to feeling completely unsure of yourself or even worthless. These may be childhood experiences or the parenting style under which you grew up. For instance, if you had a parent who constantly belittled you or compared you to others or told you you would not amount to anything, you are likely to carry these messages even in your adult life. Some humiliating experiences in adulthood, like workplace harassment or peer group disapproval, can also affect your self-confidence and leading you to doubt yourself. Now, despite what has affected your self-confidence, it can be worked on, and I want you to believe you can work on it. The work has to be done by you. So, are you ready? Today, we are going to deal with self-doubt as we lay the foundation to developing true self-confidence. Most of the time, inner doubts bubble up, ranging from thoughts of you cannot do it, you are not enough, you would fail, you don't have it all figured out, don't even think about it, on and on and on. When these inner doubts bubble up, be quick. Don't let it spin out of control or grow from a whisper to a stream of discouraging sentences. Instead, talk back to that doubtful part of yourself. In your mind, say or shout something like, "No, I'm enough. I can do this. I will succeed. Even if I fail, I'll try again and I will succeed." Don't go down the road of getting a stream of discouraging, doubtful sentences in your head and affirming those sentences. So by instantly debunking those self-doubt statements, you can disrupt the thought pathing and stop the inner self-doubt from taking over. While talking back and nullifying the doubting voice, there is a popular saying that we are the average of the 5 people we spend the most time with. And there's some truth in this. Though there's no scientific study to support this notion, there's a kernel of truth in the statement. Those we habitually spend time with have a profound effect on us, whether we are aware of it or not. So be conscious of the people in your personal space. If these are people who are constantly confessing negative things on you, like you can't, you will fail, you are not good enough, comparing you to other people and belittling your potential, you need to stay away from such. Otherwise, you wouldn't be able to deal with that self-doubt and develop your confidence. Now, self-awareness is another important tool. It is actually one of the most powerful personal development tools you can have in your arsenal. Make use of it. Make use of it by understanding the root causes of your self-doubt. If you know why you are feeling the way you are feeling, if you know why you think you are not good enough, there's a higher probability of you being able to solve that problem and bringing yourself to the level where you would feel you are appreciably what you expect to see of yourself. So, what specific situations trigger bouts of self-doubt in you? If it's a lack of skill in an area, resolve to doing something about it. For instance, it may be a fear of delivering presentations to a large group of people, or it may be anxiety about making cold calls, just about anything at all. Go out there, get the training you need, get the coaching you need, and upskill. That is if your self-doubt is as a result of a lack of skill in an area. So that brings me to the point on self-awareness. You need to know why you are feeling the way you feel, why you feel inadequate, not enough, or not ready enough to take on a new initiative or to pursue your goal. Find out why, then work towards it. Now, one more thing, do not ask for validation. Seeking others' input and advice is extremely helpful. But seeking other people's approval of you as a person, like find out things like, do you think my outfit is good enough? Do you think my hair is looking nice? Do you think my figure would make it to the pageant? Do you think this? Do you think... You see, if you are in the habit of continuously asking others what they think before making decisions on important matters, you might be weakening your faith in yourself. Advice is good, other people's inputs are good, but it should only add on to your knowledge of yourself and to help you measure up your own notion and perception. It shouldn't dilute your authenticity. So, for example, if you are working on a presentation, setting up a website, or undertaking a new project, or you continue to change what you have created based on feedback you receive from others, you might end up losing your voice, and the end product will be diluted with versions of other people and not you. It may not be exactly what you want to project, which is not your authentic self. So as much as you may want to seek other people's input and advice to improve what you do or who you are, do not lose your authenticity. Know the extent to which you accept other people's influence or input in diluting the you that you know or the you want to present to the world. So take some advice, but at some point, make a decision on what feels right to you and be confident in what feels right to you and move on with that. Now, self-doubt is that voice that will tell you, you can't, you fail, you are not ready, you can't do this. Really, have you looked at all the other people who succeeded at this? What is the common ground between you and those people? These are the self-doubt thoughts that creeps into our heads. And one way to cancel all of these thoughts is to just get started on your ideas or plans. Just start. Don't second guess it. Just start. Nobody in the entire universe ever got all the answers before they got started. You realize that as you start and you progress, you find better understanding and you find direction and speed gradually. Until you start, everything will look vague no matter how well it looks on paper. So just start. You may be holding back because you do not want to be vulnerable. Exposing yourself and your ideas to the world and running the risk of criticism is what you need to do. Just expose yourself, expose that idea to all the criticisms that can come, and then you learn from it. That is the way to deal with self-doubt and grow. Now, what ideas are buried because you distract yourself? You can count. Numerous. Perhaps you want to start a healthy food truck business or anything at all that you want to venture into, a clothing line, whatever it is. Just get started. Before you get started, do not talk about what you want to do except you are seeking advice or an expert's input. Do you know why? Talking about what you want to do will trick your mind into believing that you're actually doing it, because the brain mistakes the talking for the doing. In other words, the gratification that we receive from the social acknowledgements of talking about our ideas and our plans tricks our brain into feeling that the goal has actually been accomplished. And the satisfaction we experience from telling removes the motivation to do. And it is the motivation that you need to actually make it happen. So talk less and get to work. Now, excuses are mental barriers that we erect and hold us back. I want you to know that you deserve every good thing you desire. You are absolutely enough. And you deserve the experience of working towards your goals and even failing at it. You deserve that experience. You deserve that learning process. So stop doubting yourself. Go out there, try out all the things that you believe will lead you to your next step of personal development and growth. Because you deserve it.
The voice of self-discovery. Do you like a pro?